Let's talk NBA, VeeJay, and Rob G's going to update us. There was a story, I think Chris Haynes, right? Rob G broke the story.
I didn't break the story. Chris Haynes broke the story, Rob.
No,
Parker.
I said Chris Haynes, Rob.
Yes,
G.
sir. Yeah,
Chris Haynes broke the story.
Yes, sir. And so it was a lengthy column. And full disclosure, most of it actually was just fluff for the upcoming Hulu documentary. There was only a couple of paragraphs that were
what a shocker
that were of any consequence for us. But there was some meat to the bone. According to Yahoo Sports NBA insider Chris Haynes, once again, he spoke about a meeting between LeBron James, Rich Paul, head coach Darvin Ham, and general manager Rob Pelinka. And he orchestrated, or the group orchestrated, a 4-pronged attack for the upcoming season. According to Chris Haynes, LeBron drilled home the importance of consistent competitiveness and cohesion, noting that last season's team didn't give themselves a chance on many nights. That's number one. Number two, Darvin Ham reiterated his main objective is to hold everyone accountable and foster an atmosphere of selflessness. Number two. Number three, Darvin Ham also let it be known that if he sensed any reluctance to these players and their new roles, he would not be stopped from him throwing guys on the bench. And last but not least, probably most important, the plan is, according to Darvin Ham and LeBron James, to run the offense through Anthony Davis.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Here's my issue. It sounds nice. Let's have a powwow. Let's have a meeting. Let's break bread or whatever it is. Let's talk about it. We're going to work this out. Last year was an absolute disaster. Far worse than we could have ever imagined. I remember when the trade for Westbrook went through, Chris and I went on this very radio show and said, he doesn't fit. It's not going to work. And we weren't the only ones. Most NBA people, writers, analysts, former players said it's not going to work. Russ is not a fit with LeBron James. He's not the shooter that LeBron usually needs around him to operate. And they did it anyway. And then we went and watched the Lakers not win back-to-back games for 4 months. From January until the last 2 games of the year in April were the only times they won back-to-back games, which, VeeJay, is unbelievable in this NBA with all the bad teams. That the Lakers, even without Anthony Davis, that LeBron James and Westbrook couldn't win back-to-back games in the NBA for 4 months.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. But anyway, so they can meet Darvin Ham, who I know from his days in Detroit. Happy he got the job. But I just don't know how he's going to make this fit and work. And everybody's putting their eggs to run this back and think that something's going to change from a year ago. I think is sure, they might be a little bit better, right? Anthony Davis can't be hurt the whole year. But I still don't think it's a fit. And I think the Lakers are crazy as LeBron enters, VeeJay, his 20th year. His biological championship clock continues to tick. They can't give up year number 20 in hopes.
I tell you this, man. This is exactly why I said they should have traded him when they had the opportunity to. You got the bubble, and whatever people think about the bubble, okay, you got the chip. At that point, agent superstar, $40 million a year. Like, you got to have this meeting. Like you said, this is. I'm so sick of hearing this, man. I'm so sick of this. Oh, LeBron. Now all of a sudden it's going to run through AD. Didn't they say that before already? Wasn't LeBron going to come off the ball? LeBron's going to come off the. Stop it. Like, stop it. This is so a LeBron team action that you have to sit down with the GM and the head coach and come up with this 4-pronged attack for this season. Like, that's going to help your age. Like, that's going to help LeBron going for points and then parking himself down on the block 95% of the time, letting guys lay up by him, letting guys dunk by him, and then turning around, of course, and looking to the team. He's like, hey, where are you guys at? He plays almost no defense. So you're telling me all of a sudden now AD's going to be healthy, Russ is going to fit in, and LeBron's going to play defense, and he's going to be younger. Stop. Just stop. And last year, I said they would be lucky if they won 46 games. How many games did they win? Yeah, I came in with the under on that. I'd be lucky they win 46 games. You can't get younger. You don't get younger. He's an older guy, and yes, he still looks great, and it looks fine when he's running down the court, and he's getting easy layups and easy dunks, but over the strength of an 82-game season, you know AD's only a twisted ankle or a hamstring or a groin or a quad, something. Just something's going to happen to this, and the fact that they let this get out lets you know that they're trying to make people believe that they're better than they really are. Last year, they did the whole old guy thing, 1-year contracts. This year, they reversed it. Now we're going to go young guys. We're going to get some young, infused talent. These guys, this team still isn't good enough to get out of the first round, in my opinion, in the West. I don't care what seed they are. They're not getting out of the first round. So it's just a bunch of fluff to me, and it's just so honestly typical LeBron team that we got to have this meeting. And if Darvin Ham's the coach, let me ask you this, Rob. If you're the coach, why in the hell do you have to even state that if people don't do their job and there isn't a cohesiveness and there isn't a passionate effort, I'm going to sit you down on the. I would love to see him try to sit LeBron down for not playing defense. I'm waiting for that to happen.
Well, we know we're not going to see that.
Exactly.
We know we're not.
Exactly.
I just, like, you could meet all you want until you're blue in the face. I remember the Instagram post, Rob G, correct me if I'm wrong, of the Westbrook, Anthony Davis, LeBron James powwow in somebody's backyard.
Yep.
Do you remember? Is that in LeBron's house?
I believe it
Right?
was. Yeah, I believe it was. It was either at LeBron's house.
Do you remember that?
Or they went out to D.C. to see him. Rob G, was that out to D.C.
where
they went
was
to see
that?
him?
No, that was at LeBron's backyard.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We talked it out. We figured it out.
Yeah.
This is going to work. And remember, LeBron was the one. Keep that same energy.
Yep.
You remember?
Yep.
Because Rob G and VeeJay, everybody pushed back. They were like, this team is too old. Who's going to play defense? I even said I got the Lakers pregame meal, which was sodium-free bacon, decaf coffee, and a chest X-ray. I mean, but they somehow thought like we were crazy. You remember LeBron? I'll never forget that.
Keep that
Y'all
same
keep
energy.
that same energy. Remember that when we're going to the NBA Finals.
About my team.
Right.
Keep that same energy about my team. We're too old. We're too this. Guys can't play together. No, bruh. That is what it was. And everybody's just looking at it. It's not hating. We're just looking at the team and going, homie, that's an old team. Like, you guys are old now, and you can't play. You're not going to defend. They were like, what, 1-2 in defense the year before? Where were they last year? That defense. But it starts with the leader, though, Robin. Nobody wants to say because you'll be accused of being a LeBron hater. But if you're the leader of that team and you're still calling yourself the best in the world, and people are still saying you're a top 5 player, you can't just go score, and then go park down on the block. Like, that you can't.
And you remember, he was leading the league in scoring for most of the year and was averaging 30 points.
Yeah.
But it didn't impact winning anymore.
At all.
And that was the part that was mind-boggling, that LeBron could be scoring that many points. But you say, if you don't play defense, and Westbrook, you could finagle the numbers and say, well, his numbers weren't that bad. If you watch like we did every night, it was bad play by Westbrook.
Yeah.
It just was.
Yeah.
I never saw more missed bunnies and balls hitting off the side of the backboard in my life.
He was shooting jumpers that were hitting. And I like Russ, man. So last year, honestly, it really hurt me to watch. And I never defended him. I'm like, listen, if you're not playing well, you're not playing well.
It ain't about liking him.
Yeah.
We're not talking about him as a person
Exactly.
or as a father or a husband or a friend. We're talking about his play on the court.
Play on
That's
the court.
all right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't good.
Nah, he was some of the jumpers. There was one game, and I know Rob G, I know you remember this. He's dribbling, he's on the perimeter, and no one will move, so he just takes a jumper, and it hit the side of. I mean, you're in the NBA. You can't hit the side of the backboard, bro. Like, I don't care.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. You can't hit the side of the backboard. It was ugly last year, Rob, and to be honest with you, I don't think it gets better for them. The West is going to be stronger. The Clippers will be healthy. You know the Warriors are going to want to defend their title. Phoenix is still viable. We don't know what's going to go with Dallas, but they still got Luka, and we know Luka's going to give you 49, 50 wins just having Luka. They won 50-plus games, almost 50 games last year, and they had guys out and guys hurt. So I just think it gets tougher. Murray comes back for Denver. I just don't see where the Lakers are going to be better just off the strength of, I think the West gets better, and I don't think that team is better.
Yeah, I just think it's I think the Lakers at this point not wanting to give up some draft picks or whatever you got to do. I just think this is a bad scene for the Lakers to do the same exact thing as they did a year ago and think it's going to be different. What is that? That's the definition of insanity, right? When you just keep doing the same thing. And I think it's a mistake. I really do. And I know Westbrook at one point had scrubbed all his Lakers stuff off his social media, and I'm sure he wanted to go somewhere else. And people are saying after this year, this could be his last year in the NBA. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there. I think that if I'm the Lakers, I do whatever I have to do to make the move and not have this same exact team and having meetings and holding hands and singing Kumbaya isn't going to change the outcome. It's just not.
Do you go get Kyrie? Let me, if I could propose a question to you. Do you do the Kyrie deal?
The Nets aren't going to do that. Why would you take Westbrook?
Yeah, well, everybody keeps saying expiring contract.
No, that's Kyrie's Kyrie's contract is expired.
Exactly. He comes off the books too. Exactly.
He comes off the books, so why that can't be the reason. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, if the Lakers want to give you 2 first-round picks or something, and then you just want to give it to Kyrie, that might be so. But to swap him, it's not that big of a difference. I think Kyrie's making 37 and Russ is making 47. So you still got that expiring contract on either side. So it would have to be something really sweet in order, to me, for the Nets to make that. Otherwise, they would have made that deal weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to give up Horton Tucker. Am I saying his name right? Horton. So they don't want to give that guy up. And then Kendrick Nunn was trying to throw in. They say they didn't want to give up Kendrick Nunn. And in my head, I'm just looking at it like, bro, neither one of those guys are close to Kyrie. How are you not want to give up one of those guys? Well, how is this? It almost feels like, Rob, and I'm gonna be a cynic here. It almost feels like Jeannie's fighting against this and Rob's fighting against this is because it's what LeBron wants. And I think people are tired of doing what LeBron wants. And it feels like he's trying to strong arm the franchise like Durant is doing with the Nets. And they're probably putting their feet to the ground and saying, nope, you wanted Westbrook. You wanted Westbrook, speaking to LeBron and AD. This is what you guys wanted. You guys work this out. We're not going to give up. We had the Buddy Hield deal on the table. We had the Buddy Hield deal done. And you guys said no. You guys wanted Westbrook,
even though he fit what they were doing.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Buddy Hield, absolutely. He fit exactly what they're doing. So, yeah, it feels like it's more of a nope. We're not doing it, man. And it's because if we do this, now we're losing 2 young players, and we're just doing what you want us to do. And we know when you're tired, you're gonna tuck tail and get out of here anyway. You're gonna go play with your son somewhere because you've talked about doing it. So it kind of feels like that.
It is the Odd Couple on a Worship Wednesday here on Fox Sports Radio. Rob Parker, VeeJay Huskey in for the vacation, and Chris Broussard. I need baby oil and maybe cigarettes.
I thought this was Worship Wednesday. But the tracks are fire, but I'm not hearing the worship music.
It is Worship Wednesday for sure. AutoZone has your free services you need to help you get back on the road, like their free AutoZone Fix Finder service with over 5,600 locations nationwide. AutoZone is here to help you both save time and money with their free services. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Our telephone number, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. And the powwow between LeBron James and the Laker brass, was that much to do about nothing? Or can they salvage this? Are we going off the deep end, and maybe a healthy AD is going to change things, or maybe Russell play different this year, or maybe Darvin Ham has the magical elixir? We want to hear from you, 877-99 on Fox.
Well, we got some callers in already on this topic, Rob, so let's get right to it, man. Marty from Kentucky, live right now on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Rob Parker, VeeJay Vernon Huskey in for Chris Broussard. Talk to us, buddy. Is this much to do about nothing, or does this mean something?
It means LeBron is a great businessman, just like Jerry Jones. I've heard you could make a lot of money being a fluffer in Los Angeles, and I didn't know it was over $30 million
oh, my.
a year.
Oh, my, Marty. This is the Worship Wednesday.
Yeah, sorry about that, Chris, if you're listening. But, I mean, come on. He does this. It's Jerry Jones. It is smart because he keeps interest in his brand, in his name, but they find a way to build some hype around the team before the season, even though there's really not a lot there to look at. You guys are hitting the point. They're an aging team, and their best superstar is injury prone. And I will tell you, through the West, when they won the bubble championship in Mickey Mouse World, they did pretty much run the offense through AD when they went through the West. And then in the finals, it started going through LeBron again, of course. So that's not a bad idea. But the thing is, it's not in Orlando. It's not a Mickey Mouse championship. You're not going to get 7-8 weeks off before you play and then go play in one gym. It's not that situation. It's a situation where AD's going to have to play 82 games and stay healthy.
And Marty, he hadn't been able to do that
ever.
And that bubble year, he had 4 months off, and that was it.
Yeah.
He had the perfect situation for him. And I love AD. I'm a Kentucky guy, but he can't stay healthy 82 games and then run you through the playoffs. If he can, he hasn't done it.
No doubt. Marty, appreciate you. Thanks so much. 877-99 on Fox.
Got another one, man. Let's go to Tustin. Out here in California. Let's go to Tustin. Dave, you're live right now on the Odd Couple. What you got, buddy, with this whole thing with the Lakers meeting LeBron? Changes something for you or nothing?
What's up, guys? So happy to be on. And honestly, guys, from this meeting, no way, no how does this change the Lakers' fortunes. It's going to be the exact same movie as last year, guys. It hurts me to say because I'm a Lakers fan, and I was depressed all last year, but I'm also real. And having Westbrook on the team, having this meeting, is not going to stop him from shooting bricks. You know, he's still the same guy. A meeting is not going to change him. He's been this way forever, and AD's going to be injured again. I hate to wish it on him, but I'm just being real. So, heck no, guys. I don't think so. The only thing that's keeping me happy now is these Dodgers. Thank you, guys.
Oh, yeah. No, they're rolling.
They're rolling.
Man, they are as good as it gets right now.
31-5 in the last 41 games, I believe.
Crazy.
It's
something crazy. 877-99 on Fox. We squeeze one more?
Yes, sir. I got you right here, brother. Let's go down to NOLA. Let's go down to Nolens, man. New Orleans. Keith, you're live right now on the Odd Couple with VeeJay Huskey and Rob Parker. What you got for us, buddy? Does this mean something or much to do about nothing?
Well, listen, I want to thank you, VeeJay, for that great introduction. I've been calling this show forever, and Rob and Chris don't ever give me that kind of introduction. So
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, Keith, you know, when you're trying to, get some extra points, you know, you might put it on thick. You know what I'm saying? Or a little bit. I'm just saying.
Word, Rob? Word, Rob? All right, Rob. Go ahead, Keith.
Listen, at the end of the day, the meeting's not going to be about anything, but we have to be fair to LeBron. Before he got there, the Lakers were irrelevant. Let's be honest. If Rob Pelinka hadn't done anything, AD fell on his lap. LeBron fell on his lap because LeBron committed to playing for when Magic was in charge of the team. Gene Buss haven't did anything as the sole decision maker since their father died. So let's be honest. That team right now is a mom and pop. You know what I'm saying? So I understand why LeBron would have wanted Russell Westbrook because, again, Russell Westbrook had not missed the playoffs as a main guy. So you're looking at LeBron's getting older, AD's been unreliable, and you got this guy who's plays every game. Can you get us to the playoffs? And, I mean, it backfired. But I understand the move. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but wait a minute. You said you understand the move, but most NBA people, not just me and Chris, most NBA people said it doesn't fit. Yep. It doesn't fit. You thought it fit?
No, it doesn't fit schematically, but I thought that because Russell Westbrook can get bad teams to the playoffs, he's been able to propel his game, to make the Lakers a contender. It backfired. Hey, Buddy Hield, he's not going to, he's a role player. He's not.
But he can shoot, though. But he can shoot. That's all. They needed somebody who can shoot from the perimeter.
I get that, but listen, LeBron, Pelinka, and Genie Buss need to swallow their pride, man, because they haven't done anything. Let's be honest, and LeBron's moves typically work. This one's backfired, but let's give him some grace, man. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
You know what, though, Rob? I'll give Keith this. He's right on Pelinka and he's right on Genie. He's only right on Pelinka because it was Pelinka's first front office job. So it's easy to say he hadn't done nothing. Well, it was his first job. And he's right about Genie also, too. But LeBron goes after names, guys. Let's not act like that this isn't what he did. He's got to have superstars and have names around him and have big time, type players around him. So he went for this. They all were in on it. I can't let him off the hook for the Westbrook move. I will say, though, he is right saying that the Lakers were irrelevant until LeBron decided to come. I'll give him credit for that one.
And then they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, the first year, I know. Well, he hurt the groin on Christmas, and it just became a problem. Plus, he wanted to trade all the young guys, and then you remember the scene in Indiana where they were all on one end.
He's been in L.A. 4 years, and 2 years they didn't even make the playoffs.
True, very true.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.